What's happened, you bad motherfuckers? It's Monday, February 8th. The joint is brought to you by motherfucking DraftKings. How good was that Super Bowl? You didn't have to bet a game or a side. You could have took a prop bet like the first quarterback to score a touchdown, the first running back, the first interception. That's what DraftKings is all about. It's fucking fun. Football's over, but DraftKings is back with the new crazy promotion that starts today, Monday, and it only gets better. Wait till you hear this one. It's called Hammer the Over. Starting right now, today. Lower the over and under on Sunday night's LA versus Denver game by betting the over. Are you listening to me? This is only the mind of DraftKings. Hammer the over. So starting right now, everybody who bets on Sunday nights, lowering the over-under. On Sunday nights, LA, Denver, for every 1,000 people that bet the over-under drops by 1 point. Are you understanding me? So, if you got to get your brother, your fucking cousin, your third grade teacher, your priest, all in on this, you get it down to fucking zero. The best part is that even if the line lowers, the odds remain at even money. Are you fucking crazy? That's DraftKings. That's right. By hammering the over, you can double your fucking money. Hold the line, cocksuckers. Jump in now and let's hammer the over into submission. And if that's not enough for you, remember, the weekend starts fucking Saturday with UFC 258, Usman versus that fucking Brazilian savage. And they got great odds and promotions all week long this week on basketball, college basketball, hockey. DraftKings is safe, secure, and motherfucking reliable. And you get your Gitas when you want it. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use promo code Joey when you sign up for Hammer the Over on Sunday night's game between LA and Denver. For every 1,000 people that bet the over in Sunday's game, the line will decrease by 1 point. This is for a limited time only. Right now, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use promo code Joey. Thank you. Now, here's the legal mumbo jumbo I gotta say. You gotta be 21 or over. New Jersey, Indiana, Michigan, Virginia only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Now, if you got a gambling problem, you got to take care of it. You got to call 1-800-GAMBLER, or in Indiana, 1-800-9-WITH-IT, or in Virginia, 888-532-3500. But if everything's fucking cum sa, let's do this shit. Download the fucking app. Let's hammer the over, and let's win some fucking Gitas next weekend. The joint is also brought to you by ZipRecruiter. Right now, home is a lot more than a place to hang out at. You're fucking working from your home. Everybody is. Everybody gets up, brushes their teeth, puts some powder on their fucking pussy, combs their hair, puts mascara on, doesn't even fucking put pants on, and you go downstairs. So if you own your own business, home is also where you got to hire new employees. And that's where ZipRecruiter comes in. ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster and easier because you can do it all from one convenient place. Hello? Right there. ZipRecruiter.com/Joey. ZipRecruiter does all the work. So do me a favor right now. You can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/Joey. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/Joey. This, whether your business is huge or you have 4 or 5 employees, ZipRecruiter can help. They can bring you the most qualified recruit to you, no problems, no dilemmas, and if you fucking even check into them, they'll get you the qualified candidate within 1 day. That's what I'm talking about. So go to ZipRecruiter.com/Joey, and you're going to try it for free just by going to ZipRecruiter.com/Joey. ZipRecruiter is the smartest way to hire. The joint is also brought to you by, holy shit, my favorite, Blue Chew. Listen, football season may be over, but you could still run deep into your lady's little fucking end zone. You understand me? Right or wrong? Just because these little assholes jumping up and down with their little jerseys on. Fuck them. There's a guy somewhere having an orgy with 3 little midgets and a tall chick. Anyway, Blue Chew's got these 3 tablets to help men achieve harder and stronger erections. Even if you're young, even if your erection is fucking, tremendous. Why fuck around? You want to show up with the tank galore. And they're the first chewable dick pill. Same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis at a fraction of the cost. And this isn't the fucking, the monkey dust your buddy got from a trip to fucking Mexico. This is science. Blue Chew is an online prescription service. No visits to the doctors, no awkward conversions, no awkward conversations, and no waiting online at the pharmacy. You sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed physicians, and once you're approved, you receive the prescription in days. It doesn't come in a bag with a big dick on it, so you don't have to be ashamed. It ships right to your door in a discreet package, and your mailman won't even know. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA, and they prepare and ship direct. It's cheaper than a pharmacy, all right? Listen, I got a special deal for you. It's fucking Monday. How am I going to show up on a Monday without something for you? I'm going to let you try Blue Chew for free when you use promo code Joey at checkout. That's $5 for shipping, but you're going to get it for free. That's BlueChew.com. Use promo code Joey to receive your first month free. Fucking free. All you do is pay for shipping. And as always, I want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the joint. With that, let's get this fucking party started. There's a little packet of Blue Chew right there. You put it in your pocket, you take it out. When you're ready to get a little piece, ba-boom, you eat that, and within minutes, you're fucking staring at a pole. Let's get this party started. Hey, look who it is. What's happening?
Check 1, 2. Welcome to Uncle Joey's Joint.
What's happening, you bad motherfuckers? It's Monday, the 8th of motherfucking February. It's a beautiful day to be alive. Welcome to Uncle Joey's Joint. Again, I'm here on a Monday with my light little blue sweatshirt on. Listen, I like blue on a Monday morning. A little light blue. It starts the week off right. Lets you know I'm non-threatening. You know what I'm saying? It's just a cute little color. You know what I'm saying? Just to start the week off on the right fucking leg here. If not, it's funny, I told you guys that when I used to go for commercials, if I would wear a black shirt to a mobster commercial, I wouldn't get it. But if I'd wear a white shirt to a mobster commercial, I'd get it. If I did it for a movie, it was vice versa. So if I went for a mobster role in a movie, I would use a black shirt. If I go for a mobster movie in a commercial, I would wear a white shirt. So it's like a joke. It's not what you say. It's how you say it. So sometimes for me, colors, I don't know. I just wanted to fucking talk about the color blue. I had a great weekend this weekend. The Super Bowl was great. Fucking Saturday, one of my friends called me up and he asked me if I wanted to go to another friend of mine's house that just had surgery. Everybody's having fucking surgery. It's my age. It's funny because when I got there was 4 of us. It was my friend, his wife, and the guy who drove me. We've been hanging out together since we were maybe 13 years old. I remember her going to take me to get my driver's license paperwork before I had a connection, and my buddy didn't even need to get me a driver's license. He just called the driving school. But she was the one that took me when I was 16 and a half to get my permit. That's how back I go with these people, So I guess he broke his toe, so he's got like a boot on like my wife. So we just went down there yesterday and ate a few brownies and talked shit. And this is what, I got home, my wife was like, how was it? And I was like, I had forgotten about this. I had forgotten what it was to sit with friends and just talk. Everything for the last 20 years, especially my life in LA, has been business. And this is what this move was about, people. For me, this move wasn't about a career move. If I wanted a career, I was going to stay in LA. I don't know right now, as of March, what is it, February 8th? Right now, I don't know what's going to happen with stand-up. I know that I have that weekend on my birthday at Vinny's. I got the 24th. I got the whole month of March. I'm doing a residency there. But after that, I really don't know. I've been doing comedy now. This month, right now, was when I started at Wits End 30 years ago. This is 30 years I've been doing this. So I don't want you going spreading rumors that I'm quitting. I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting stand-up. I just don't know how I want to do it. I might just do it as a hobby. I might just stay in New Jersey. I might just stay on the East Coast. Who knows? Maybe in September my mind will change. Remember when the movie comes out? My mind will change completely. But as of right now, I don't even see me getting on a plane, man. It's the weirdest fucking thing. Like I talked to Theo. I had a nice talk with Theo, and Theo's like, dog, I'm not even looking at anything till 2022. I was like, Jesus Christ. I thought I was fucking bad. It's just, and he said it. He goes, I'm tired. We've been burnt out. I go back with Theo. I didn't know Theo at the time, but I remember playing Beaumont, Texas, which is on the Louisiana border, pretty close. Fact check me, maybe an hour, I think. I don't know. And I remember playing Beaumont and hearing about Theo. And Beaumont was Slade Ham's rooms. Shout out to Slade Ham down in Houston. He had the room out in Beaumont, and I would hear about Theo. Theo was kicking ass down in New Orleans as a young kid. So the other night when I was talking to Theo, Theo's like, dog, I'm fucking tired. I was like, God damn. I thought I was the only one. He said he was looking to buy a house in Nashville. He likes it. And he's not looking to do anything, and we're all the same. I mean, we're all doing spots. He goes to the Monday night Zanies, right, at Nashville, and they give him a Wednesday a month. And, we're still in it like that. But to be back in the impact of that, of how big that was at the time, I don't think I could do it anymore. It's not that I don't want to do it. I love you motherfuckers. I love performing. I don't even see myself doing a 10:30 show. Like, that's how far away my mind is. Like, I was like, what if I got to do 2 shows in one night? I got to work my comedy cardio again.
It's been a year.
Yeah. It's been February 29th was my last road gig. February 29th. Remember last year was a fucking leap year. So don't say, Joey, there's no February 29th. There was a fucking leap year. I was in Vegas. That was my schedule last year consisted of Atlanta, 1 night, 2 shows, Valentine's Day and fucking Tempe, and then Vegas. I did 3 weekends on the road last year. And, I always worked out. I don't feel confident when I go on stage now, guys. I'm doing that birthday weekend, and the tickets are $25 because they have to, but I feel kind of weird. I'm not up to fucking par. I will be by that night. Once I touch the stage, shit happens. I start talking. I get a joint in me. We start fucking around. But no, I'm not a third of the comic I was, if you want me to be honest. At least I feel that. If you guys feel something different, then, I appreciate it. But I don't feel I'm a third of the comic I was. I'm still clunky. Even in my writing, I write every fucking day. And especially the last 3 weeks, I have written more. I have thought of more fucking stories. By the way, I called my buddy Mike Roebuck. We had a great talk in Colorado, and we were talking about all those times. And I met Mike in 85. And we're going to do a Zoom in a couple of weeks. He's just trying to get his kid back in school and stuff in Colorado because his wife is a teacher. We got on the phone the other night. Mike Roebuck was one of those kids I told you about. That was my friends in Aspen with Carl and Vince Hall when car punched the guy in the head and a piece of meat flew out of his head and all this shit. Me and Mike were on the phone the other day telling stories. I almost bent over. I almost had to take a pain pill. I was laughing so fucking hard. Just about things that we were doing up in Colorado as kids and shit like that. But to get back to the original conversation, I don't even know how I got on Mike Roebuck. To get back on the original conversation, that's been the first time I've been with 4 friends. I mean, Joe Rayo, I've known Joe Rayo. His father turned me on to marble bread. Bobby Bender, his parents took me in when my mother died. Dee Dee Cardinelli, I knew her and her sister. The mother, Faye, listen to this. The mother, Faye, was the first MILF that I ever hit on. That was my first Me Too attack back in 1979. She's like Mercy's grandmother now. Mercy loves Faye. Loves Faye. Every time I go over there, I feel so bad because I tried to make a move on Faye when I was 15. When I was 16, I tried to make a move on Faye. And she still remembers, and we still talk about it. We still giggle about it. But now she's an old woman. It's crazy how I go over there with my daughter, and my daughter disappears with Faye. They just sit on the couch. They watch cartoons. My daughter explains the cartoons to Faye. Faye fucking loves it. It's just a different world, guys. So my wife asked me, what'd you guys talk about? What'd you do? I said, we just drank water. We smoked a half a number, shit like that. But I go, Terry, it was just the point of being with 3 people that I grew up with. You guys know I could have moved to Austin. I could have just called Joe in 1 minute. And I miss Joe. I miss Joe with all my heart. I miss Red Band. You know how much I love those guys. But I wanted to be home. I had done my time. I had done everything I had to do in LA. And right now, I mean, if there's nights I sit here going, yeah, I'm going to do comedy. I don't know what extent I'm going to do it to or whatever. I was telling them yesterday at the table. And I said it. I said, I'd rather walk out on my feet than crawl out on my knees. What does that mean? That after a year or two of not doing stand-up, I start going on stage and booking these fucking rooms, and these agents are pushing, you got to charge $55. And you're like, guys, I'm not worth $55 fucking dollars. I don't want to have to go on stage and have to room walk out because I just don't have it anymore. And that's what I feel sometimes. I feel like my comedy window came and went. I swear to God I feel this. I swear to fucking God. It's just, if it's like anything. Anderson Silva was a fucking great fighter. One day he broke his leg and he can't stop fucking losing. And some people stay around too long. And then you got to crawl out. I don't want to, dog, I'm not known for fucking crawling out on my knees. So I'm not going to do it now. I like walking out of things. I like walking away from things on my fucking terms. Like the church, like Joey Karate. I do shit like that all the time. I've been doing that since I'm a kid. Like cocaine. Once it's over, it's fucking over. That's it. There's no going back. There's no revisiting. There's no let's try it one more time for old time's sake. It's over. It's over. That's it. Because if not, you'll be fucking haunted for the rest of your fucking life, So it was just nice just to go down there. I got to sit in the front seat. Finally, I could sit in the front seat. I don't have to sit in the back with my leg propped up. People fucking looking at me like I'm driving Miss Daisy. My wife is driving me around a Subaru and I'm sitting in the back seat with my leg up. It feels like my groin's going to pull. I'm good. We made it. It's been a month. Today's a month since the fucking surgery. How do I look, people? Do I look like the pills got to me? Was there a big fucking cahoot? No. CBD line came through, ice came through, and the pain pills were the last things I thought about. And I did this out of respect for you guys, just to show you. I'm sick and tired of hearing fucking excuses in life. Well, I had surgery and I got hooked. You have an option. You have an option. You know what? Last night was the first night I slept in the bed last night. When I woke up this morning, I had a pain in my fucking shin because I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on because I had knee surgery. And then Tom Segura called me one night while he was doing physical therapy with his physical therapist. And we were talking. And she was asking me about what I thought. And I go, my fucking leg is killing me. But it's not really my knee. It's my shin. And she goes, do you know why you shouldn't? Because they had to cut it and pound a new knee into it and told me all this shit. Just her telling me this shit gave me nausea. I'm like, I can't even hear it no more. But even this morning, I woke up because I slept on the bed. My shin was on fire. I came down. I drank my little yogurt probiotic. I drank my fucking coffee. I had breakfast. I put ice on my leg. I popped 2 fucking high-level Tylenols. And I got tons of pain pills. I'm just playing the hand. I can't wait to go back into his office next Monday and go, here's your pain pills back. And he's going to go, what, you didn't take them? I got pissed off at him because they tell you to take 2 every 4 hours, but they give you 8. So wait a second. It's 2 every 4 hours. So there's 24 hours in a fucking day, right? So there's 2 every 4 fucking hours. So what's that? Like fucking 8 a day or something?
I think it's when you feel pain.
Yeah. Whatever. But they give you like 13 of them. I swear to God, every time I went there, 13, 11, 17. You can't even start a party with this. I was going to do like an oxy edible party. I can't even throw a party. I thought that the pain was, first of all, I thought it was going to be like any other surgery. It's painful for 2 days. After that, you get rid of the fucking pills. You don't need them. There's only one surgery that I fucking ate every pill from, and I fucking suffered for that for a long time. My shoulder surgery, I ate every fucking Vicodin in that motherfucker. And I'll tell you what, guys, a week later, for the first time in my life, I was thinking some creepy fucking things. When you eat a whole prescription of Vicodin, you start thinking some creepy fucking things. And don't think that like the second or third day of these pain pills, I did have creepy things going into my mind, because I fucking did. And that's why I worked that CBD line like a motherfucker. You could take these, and now if I need to take them, I'll take them for physical therapy. This last week, I've only taken physical therapy. That's it. After physical therapy, and I take 1 little one, and that's it. I don't take 2. I'm trying to get the fuck off these. I'm trying to sweat this shit out of my system. I've been doing club bats lately. Dog, you know me, dog. I don't fuck around, guys. I try my hardest. Listen, I don't want to just talk the talk for you guys. I want to walk the walk. So you guys could learn. I could learn something. We could all learn something together. I do this podcast so we could all learn something together. I learn from you, and you learn from me, and we learn from each other. And we take care of each other. I make you laugh. You guys make me giggle with messages from time to time. So it all works out, Sorry, I had a little cotton mouth there for a second. I had a fucking drenched whatever. But the topic I wanted to talk about this week was something that I didn't have, that I wasn't good at. God either gives you this or doesn't give you this. I think it's a talent. I think what I'm about to talk about is a talent that you're going to end up getting. You're going to end up really being good at it if you want to get anywhere in life. But if you don't have it, you're going to have a tough fucking time in life. And that's patience. And I'm not talking about the song from Guns N' Roses. I'm talking about life's patient. There was nobody more impatient than me in this life. I was the most impatient person. And what I've been reading lately in the emails from people on Patreon, on Facebook, people send me emails from time to time. Joey, I'm getting into stand-up. Joey, I'm getting into this. The thing I read the most, the emotion that I get the most from 65% of the emails that I read, and this is a lot, it's not a desperation emotion. You know what emotion I get? Impatient. Everybody wants something quick. We all do. Dog, that's why they invented the lottery. That's why they invented the lottery. But you know what the chances of you hitting the lottery are? They're fucking hard. But there's people who are very impatient. I was, and it's weird because I had to think about this. I thought back to my youth, how patient I was when I used to build models. When I didn't know the language too good, I used to build models. That's what my thing was, building models. Every day in the summer, I built a new model. I was good at it. Planes, ships, walls, Hulks, Spider-Mans, the whole fucking thing. I did it with glue, the fucking paint glue, whatever, the fucking snorting glue. I did that shit. And then somewhere along the line, I don't know what happened. Somewhere along the line, we all, I was patient to play with G.I. Joes and shit like that. But I never had the patience to play poker. Never had the patience to play Monopoly. Never had the patience for any of that shit, So I didn't look at it as a problem. I didn't look at it anything at all. I just thought that I just didn't like something, When, you buy a car or whatever. You buy a car. You ever buy a car and you broke. You have to do the work on it yourself. You don't know what the fuck you're doing, You have no idea what you're doing. And then all of a sudden you call Mike, and I go, Mike, I got to change the oil. And Mike's like, well, my brother could do it for you, but you have to wait till tomorrow. And I'm like, I can't wait till tomorrow. I'm going to have to do it. And then you end up doing it, and you go to fucking loosen the thing underneath, and you use the wrong wrench, but the ratchet. Whatever the fuck. You use the ratchet set and the fucking thing gets stuck, or you strip the fucking nut and now it's a complete different stuff. That's because you were impatient. If you were patient, you would have waited for Mike's brother. I'm just using this as an example. But patience is the reason why half of us don't have careers. Think about that. Think about that. Half of the people that listen to this podcast, half of the people that are walking around don't have a career that they want to because of patience. Think about it. Me, my first choice was to be a guitar player. But what do you got to do? You got to learn how to play the guitar. You got to practice. You got to put a band together. You got to make an album. You got to get signed. You got to put the album out. Then people got to listen to the album. That's a lot of steps. I ain't got that type of patience. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of shit right there. You know what? I'll let somebody else do that. So then your mind starts wandering. What else can I do? Oh, well, I want to be an attorney. Oh, okay, here we go again. You got to go to school every day. You got to get A's and B's. Then you got to get into a decent school and get A's and B's. And then you got to go to a law school, which is another fucking 3 years. I'm not doing that. Think about it. Think about how many fucking... Look, I'm 58 years old. I could have been fucking retired 20 years already. Have you ever thought about that? I could have been retired already, getting a pension, full fucking medical benefits. I mean, if I get a fucking hangnail, I'm the first in line. And I made the biggest mistake of my life, not joining the service. How can you not join the service? Are you fucking stupid? It's 20 years. It's tough for 2 years. It's really tough for like a year. You got to do jumping jacks, the basic training, and they spit on you and call you a piece of shit. You've seen all the movies. But once you get stationed and stuff, if you're single, if you play it right and you keep your mind right and you're single and you do the first 10 years, then eventually you meet a woman and you settle down and you buy a house, you could live on base. You could save fucking millions. And then you come out of the service. If you join the service when you're 38, if you join when you're 18, what's 20 years? 30 fucking 8. Now you come out 38 with a pension and you could do whatever the fuck you want. So your pension's got to be huge, especially if you retire as an officer. Think about it. Think about all the shit we passed on because of patience getting in the fucking way. Because I did it for years with a book. Now, look, it took a while. But now I'm cooking with fucking gas. Now I'm cooking with gas. I've written 2 chapters. I just don't know where to put them. but I've written 2 chapters. You understand me?
Not order, but
I just don't know where to put them. And I haven't sent them to the agent yet because I want to write one more to make it complete. But I'm right, and that's all that fucking matters. But we don't have the patience to do anything. Like, I didn't, when I went to be a fucking electrician, yeah, you're an electrician. You could work, but you're an apprentice. What does that mean? Apprentice means you're not going to make no money. Right? That's another thing. Anytime we go to get a job, it's always, well, for the first 5 years you barely eat. And then we start paying you $80,000 a year. And you're like, so I got to wait 5 fucking years? Fuck that. Patience. If you really wanted to do that, you go, you know what? I'm moving with my mother. I'll rent a car. I'll do this. You do everything you do to figure it out, to do that. But half the things I haven't done in my life, it's not because I was lazy or it's not because I was stupid. It's because I just didn't have the fucking patience. And that's just bullshit. And I'll tell you, I read your Patreon guys. I read your Facebooks. I read your tweets. I read your messages. You guys know I answer messages back. Even on Patreon, they said if you don't pay the $5, you don't get your messages answered. I answer your messages. If you ask me, I'll answer your questions back, especially a legit fucking question or a legit problem. And that's the number one thing I run into, is people think that some kid wrote me the other day, I swear to God, I've done 3 open mic sets. What's next? What's next? You know what next is?
number 4.
Do number 4 and then do 500. Do a set every day for 5 years. Then call me. Then call me. That's the best thing I could do for you. People are that impaired. And I didn't see, because I'll tell you what, guys, I'm going to be as honest as I can, which I always am on this fucking show, especially with my comedy. When I got to L.A., I was impatient for about 90 days. That's the square business. I was impatient for about 90 days. I had already gotten into the store. So that took a lot of that. That calmed me down a little bit. But it was my mentor at the time, a great man, rest in peace. His name is Rick Dukeman. He was in Groundhog Day. He's the chubby guy in Groundhog Day. He did a bunch of Bruce Willis movies, just a great guy. And I remember we were talking about something. And he said to me, listen to me and listen to me straight. These things you're doing, because I would call him up getting all excited. Like when I got to L.A., I booked the pilot, and then I think it was after I shot the pilot, I called him up, and I must have been tuned the fuck up or something. And he told me, he's like, listen, man, because I was in a rush, like I was there, and I was making things happen, Listen, Mitzi did and didn't do me any favors by making me a regular right away. Okay, looking at it in hindsight. She did, it was great. I belonged to be a regular, all that stuff. But by her making me a regular, it also made me want other things that I wasn't prepared to get. And that's what happens to a lot of us. That's what every comic goes through. That just didn't happen to me. I still remember the first time I was in a room in Denver, Colorado. I had come back from Jersey. It was 93. And I was starting to rock and roll. What's rock and roll? I could do 20 minutes and have a good time, I'm starting to rock and roll, and fucking one night I'm up on stage, and usually when it's, in the comics world, before I go on stage, Mike is the host. He'll come up to me and he'll go, you're doing 15 minutes when do you want a light? And I'll go, give me a light of 10. And if he gives me a light of 10, in my head, I can measure 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know more or less what 5 minutes is. On this particular night, I didn't see a fucking light. I didn't see a fucking sign. You know, people were laughing. People were having a good time. Then I started to slow down a little bit, you know. I didn't know what was happening. And then finally I see the kid and he waves me. And I get off the stage and people clap. I did okay, you know. And he came back to me. And I don't know if it was, I did 34 minutes or if I did 43 minutes. Again, I don't know. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. But I did a lot more than what I fucking thought. Oh, my God. You should have seen me on the way home. Oh, my God. I was saying shit to I was making a list in my head of the people I was going to call the next day. I'm calling this studio. I'm calling Warner Brothers. I mean, I had done like 34 or 43. It was one of those two. Jimmy Abeta was the host. I just talked to Jimmy 2 days ago, too. He's from 20 years. I still talk to the guy that helped me with comedy in Denver the most, Jimmy Abeta. He called me the other night to tell me he was with some girl, and the girl knew him. I don't fucking know. But Jimmy Abeta gets off. Jimmy Abeta comes up and I go, Jimmy, where the fuck you been? He goes, I went onto the car to have sex with some girl. I'm sorry. I go, I'm up here 34, 43. I didn't know. He goes, no, he told me, he goes, you did fucking 34 minutes or 43 minutes. Listen, when you've been doing 10-minute spots for fucking 4 years, and all of a sudden somebody comes and says to you, you did 34, Jesus Christ, does your ego get big. For the first time in my life, I thought I was fucking Don Rickles. I went home, I couldn't fucking sleep. Because I told you, you got to get a book called Stand-Up Comedy by Judy Brown. Is it Judy Brown? Yeah, Judy something.
Carter?
Judy Carter. It's Stand-Up Comedy by Judy. Do you have it?
Yeah, I heard you talk about it.
Well, it had the back 10 pages has everything you'll need. It has every number to every comedy club, every number to bookers, the big agencies, the people who book ships. I think she used to have it in the old edition. And guys, I still remember waking up the next morning and like calling, like, I don't know who it was. I wish I could tell you. I don't know who it was. I'm like going, I'm Joe Diaz. I did 43 minutes last night, and they hung up on me. You know, they were like, what the fuck? But that, you know, you're so fucking impatient. We can't wait to get to where we're going, and we don't. And I gotta tell you something. That's what happened the last fucking 10 years to me. You know, it wasn't that I was impatient the last 10 years. It was that things were moving so fast, I wasn't having time to enjoy them. Has that ever happened to you where things are going so fast that you don't even have a time to fucking enjoy them? Like, I sold out 2 shows at the New York fucking theater. I didn't even have a chance to celebrate it. Like, things were moving so fast, I couldn't even understand. Like, I sold out this theater. Usually you take like a month off and you celebrate and you have a great time. But life was moving so fast that I wasn't even appreciating the things I was doing, you know. And this is why I hate, like, if you're going to get into comedy, if you're going to get into any career and you want it to work for you, patience has to be the number one priority on it. We talk a lot about goals. We talk a lot about journaling. We talk a lot about getting our fucking hands dirty and, you know, rolling up your sleeves. The one thing we don't talk about enough is patience. Because without patience, you won't hang in the fucking game. You will not hang in the fucking game, and it's sad. And if it was nobody else who had a heart, nobody had it harder than me when it came to patience, because I just wanted it so bad. The way we all want something so bad. But we see ourselves there. We don't. This is why when I tell you to do your goals, I want you to write them so you're not there. I want you to see all the dots that you have to connect to get to that place. The impatience is that we just see that. That's all we see. We see a comedy store, blowjobs, a fucking Testarossa, that's all you see. I'm going to have a big bank account. I'm going to have a maid. I'm going to have a butler. That's all you see. I'm going to have a big electrical company. I'm going to have the biggest fishing company in the world. I'm going to have the best restaurant in the world. But you never get to that because you didn't have the patience. You didn't have the patience to stick it out. You got to have the patience to stick it out. That's why I love those fucking stories about the busboy who bought the restaurant. I love those stories about the kid who went there to change tires and now he owns the fucking gas station. I love all those type of stories. I love my story. I love my story. I love it that I was down and out. I love it that I was down and out, and then I was even more down and out. And then guess what? And then on top of being down and out, I went to fucking prison. I fucking loved it. And then I got out of fucking prison, and I got married. And I got beat up by that, too, because I couldn't cover the spread because I was a fucking loser. And then, without even fucking knowing, I tried everything. I was smart enough to fucking do anything I wanted to do. I really was. I was a fucking roofing estimator. I turned myself into a roofing estimator. Who the fuck becomes a roofing estimator with a fucking GED? I did. I didn't even know what the fuck I was doing. How the fuck do you even end up a roofing estimator? I love my fucking story. And then I said, fuck all this shit. This is bullshit, this work shit. I'm going to try my hand at something that is fucking the hardest thing in the world because I don't give a fuck about me. I got no wife. I got no kid. I got nothing. I had a wife and a kid, but they didn't fucking like me. So what's the fucking difference, Everything I touched was shit. What are my chances of being a stand-up and being successful? Fucking zilch. So let's fucking go for it. Let's prove myself the fuck wrong. And man, let me tell you something. It was the first time in my life that I showed patience because I don't even know. I don't even know where the patience came from. I don't know if it was homegrown. I just knew myself. For me to succeed in this fucking business, I got to slow it down a notch. I always have I have my daily goals, my weekly goals, and I have my 6-month goal. In L.A., I was always in L.A., leaving in 6 months. I still remember shooting basketball and fucking torturing them. Like, when am I going to shoot? Like, I didn't know the movie business. I had no idea what the movie business was. I didn't know it was hurry up and wait. That's what the movie business is, hurry up and wait. The first movie you shoot, you're either going to like it or you're not going to like it because you might sit there for 13 hours and they might come get you on the 13th hour and say, come and say your line. You know what you feel like after 13 hours? You feel like you've been raped 13 fucking times. Now you want me to go say my fucking line? I've been sitting in a fucking room watching nature shows because you only got 3 fucking channels on your fucking cable system in the fucking trailer. And now you want me to come and tell the fucking line, you fuck? Are you fucking crazy? But that's what it is. And if you don't have that fucking patience, you know how many great fucking comics I bumped into over the years that if they would have had the patience, they would have been bigger than Chappelle? What do you think? I don't know. I met tons of funny people out there. I met a guy one time in Connecticut that I could not even look at. He had me fucking rolling so hard. His fucking jokes. And I would call him from time to time to check up on him. But he had no patience. He didn't want to do what I was doing. He didn't want to go through the system. He wanted to be a fucking headliner. And anybody who got in his way was a fucking asshole. Oh, he's an asshole. He's an asshole. Everybody was a fucking asshole. Except for him. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. Everything has its own time progression. You start off as a fucking truck loader and you become a fucking truck driver. I don't know. I don't even know if it works that way. I'm just saying to you that if it wasn't for patience, I wouldn't be here. And I was the most impatient motherfucker there ever was. And I want to thank God that he gave me patience. And I'm taking this time to tell you guys on this podcast that if you want to have a career in something, your patience has to be top fucking notch. Because if not, it's like, you know how many people I talk to? Guys, I'm embarrassed to say this to you motherfuckers. Do you know how many people I've talked to that I've said to them, hey man, you don't do your podcast no more? And they're like, it didn't get me anything. I didn't become a star. Do you think I did the podcast to become a star? I did the podcast just to it was just another form of art. It was just another art form. If I could do this for an hour, I could talk on stage for an hour. It's all mixing in together. That's, when you move to LA, people come up to you and like, oh, if you do movies and commercials, you're not a real comic. You're a fucking moron. You're a fucking moron for even saying that. I know that Bill Hicks was pissed at Jay Leno for fucking, doing the Doritos commercials and all that shit. But let me tell you something. It all goes hand in hand. And you want me to tell you what the worst thing is, guys? I'm good at all of them. You've seen me on Big City Greens. That's a voice, right? I do voiceovers. I act. I do stand-up. I write. You've seen me on TV. You've seen me in commercials. I do them all because they all go hand in fucking hand. They all go hand in hand. And it's like my friend Rick Dukeman said to me that, okay, for example, Mike goes on stage tonight and he gets a standing ovation. Let's say he goes to Philadelphia to the Parks Casino and he gets a standing ovation tonight, both shows. And Wednesday he goes for a movie, right? And this happens and he doesn't get the movie. And he's calling me on the way back in his car. I'm his best friend, so he's venting to me. He said, can you fucking believe I just got 2 standing ovations at Parks and I didn't get this shitty part in a fucking movie, that's what happens. Everything you do that's a positive, even though you don't think it's making a difference, it's making a difference. It's spinning. Okay, I did analyze that, the second one. Nobody saw the movie. The movie ate a bag of dog shit. It happens. What do you want me to do, jump off a building? You win some, you lose some.
I watched the beginning.
Yeah. I did, analyze that. I did a bunch of these little movies, Taxi. I got one line in. Spider-Man 2. I got one line in. Rodney Dangerfield, Back by Midnight. I got a couple days on that. They weren't making any sense to me. So I called up Rick Dukeman and I go, Rick, the pilot, this, I'm killing at the store, all this shit, and nothing is happening for me. And he says that this all comes together in cultures. This all grows in cultures. He goes, one day, this is all going to weave together. You're going to do something that's going to weave this together, and then it becomes something. And I'm like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? I'm not a smart guy. What the fuck are you talking about? Sure enough, I got the longest yard, Law and Order, SVU, fucking, My Name is Earl, and then the writer's strike came. 2007, I quit Coke. I did my last episode for My Name is Earl, December of 2007. The writer's strike came 2008. They picked it up after a while. I don't think I booked anything on 2008. I have to check. 2009, I got married. I was doing some stand-up. I wasn't back at the store. I was doing stand-up with Joe, just Joe, and I was doing some weekends of my own. I bumped into Billy Gardell before he got the first show on CBS, and I remember that he was having a hard time with the Funny Bones. The Funny Bones made him an offer, and now I was going through the same thing. I'll never forget that they called me one day and they said, we have a bunch of rooms for you, but you have to do Sunday through Thursday, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, I don't want to do them or whatever. So what a lot of people really don't know is that I got out of comedy. Like, I was like, I'm done with comedy. I'm quitting. I'm going to wait until, I'm going to wait until Joe takes me on the road. And then with movies and TV, I'm just going to wait till my friends call me and offer me roles. Or, I had a lot of casting people that knew me that would just call me up and go, Joe, you want to read for this? I think you do a good job on this. I was really lucky in that form. So I said, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to quit comedy. I was going to get a job, selling cars or whatever, just stay at home with my wife. I didn't see my career growing. I had already been in it 20 years. I was coming up on 20 years. But I remember one day being in the main room and Paul Rodriguez up on stage, laying it out, just destroying it, just destroying the fucking room. And I walked in from the back, and it was like a dead night. I didn't think. And Mitzi had her own booth, and as I walked past it, I hear, "Fat baby," and I go, "Fuck!" And she was, Mitzi was tiny, so if she was in the booth with people, you could see she was in the booth. But if she was in the booth by herself, you couldn't really see. She was tiny, so I just heard, "Fat baby," and I went over and sat next to her, and I'm sitting there watching Paul Rodriguez kill. And I remember looking at her, and she looked at me, and she goes, "Wait till you get to 20 years. And I was like, 20 years? Fuck. I don't think I'll do comedy 20 years. I don't think, at that time, I was probably doing comedy maybe 10 years, maybe 12 years, 11 years, around there. And she goes, once you hit the 20-year mark, things are really going to change for you and all this shit. Well, I started a podcast, and what Rick Dukeman told me and what all the mentors I had told me was right. At the 20-year mark, just at a certain point, let's not even say the 20-year mark. Why did I even say that? I'm sorry. At a certain point, so once the podcast came, and not when I was doing the podcast with Felicia, but at one point with the church and through Joe Rogan, that whole thing, that whole blanket got put together. Now people were hitting me up going, we didn't know that was you in Spider-Man 2. We didn't know that was you in The Longest Yard. We didn't know that was you in The Meatball King. We didn't know that was you. It's so weird that now people watch that and they'll hit me up immediately. We didn't know that you were Mafia 3. We didn't know that you... It becomes a big fucking... Now, I got this resume and everybody knows what the resume is. You just look at it and it's right there. But if I would have told you that I was going to have this resume 15 years ago, because I didn't have the fucking patience. Patience is just as fucking important as the effort you're putting in. Because if you're not patient, you're going to lose your mind. And guess what? I saw more fucking good comics leave L.A. because they were impatient than stay. I'm lucky that somewhere along the line I found the patience and I saw the light. If not, I would have been one of those statistics. Don't let patience ruin your dream. Whatever dream you have, don't let patience ruin your dream. You know how I let patience come into my life? by knowing I was doing my job. You won't have when do you have patience? When you're not doing your job. When you're just playing 3 chords every day and telling your friends, I can't wait till I have my band. That's when you're impatient, when you're not doing your job. But when you're doing everything you can to be that person, your impatience will go away. You'll get patience because you know you're moving in the right direction. But Joey, how do I know I'm moving in the right direction? You'll know it when you're doing it. Do you think I knew what I was doing when I walked into the store and when I met Joe? And no, I had a job to do. My job was to write comedy, perform comedy, and get on stage as much as I could. That's my job, point blank range. Not fucking getting in people's business, not being an advocate, not being a political comic, none of that shit. My job, what's that thing? What's that movie she made? Eat, Pray, Love? Go fuck yourself. Get on stage, write your jokes, and fucking rehearse or whatever the fuck I said earlier. Get on stage, write, and do as many fucking sets as you can, and know that you're gonna fucking... You only get impatient if you're not doing the job. You'll get patience if you're doing everything you can to attain that goal. So sometimes we work too much on the goals. Sometimes we work too much on the writing. Let's start working on the patience from now on. Patience is the big fucking motivator, because without patience, you're never going to get to that fucking dream. And that's the Monday Morning Podcast on February 8th. A beautiful podcast on fucking patience. It's a beautiful day to be alive. So I figured I'd say this today, because we've been talking a lot about karma and all that shit. All this snow has making me think a lot about Colorado, which is good because it's helping me writing in the book. But when I was looking at the book the other day, I was like, Jesus Christ, I can't believe that a month ago when I started talking about this on the podcast with these guys, I swear to God, guys, I must have had 100 pages in the computer, and I erased them all. Erased them all. Erased them. Erased them. I didn't want them around no more. I didn't want to read that shit no more. I didn't want to look at it no more. I was starting from fucking scratch. I erased the fucking X outline I had. I did it all. I got rid of everything, and I started from scratch. So thanks to you guys for giving me this opportunity. But today, that's it. I just want to talk about patience, because I don't think we talk about it enough. And I don't think people have it enough. And I think people don't give themselves enough patience to get to where they need to be. And they quit and they forget about everything. I'm just really happy that somewhere along the line, patience came into my life and I held it out. And now I got the option to either keep doing what I'm doing at 30 years or move on to the next thing. Like I said, I don't know how I feel. Right now, I feel like comedy just might be a hobby for the rest of my life. Just pick a club, do a couple nights a month. But you never know. Something might fucking spike me up the ass and I'm back on the road doing weeks. It's not going to be anytime soon, but it'll be in time. And I'll let time figure it out. We still got the summer. But all I know for now is February 19th and 20th, Uncle Vinny's Comedy Club. Thank you very much for listening to the podcast today. It's a fucking snowy fucking week here in Jersey. We got about 6 inches yesterday. So me and Mike had to work hard last night to put this together for a Monday morning. I love you motherfuckers. Thank you very much for always watching this. Oh, I want to thank Sure for sending us our beautiful new microphone. I told you motherfuckers, I didn't want to start the podcast in a way in October because I wasn't ready. But I had no choice. I had to be ready. I forced myself to do this every week, even though it wasn't going to be the same podcast, even though a lot of you wasn't going to be happy. That's not my problem. My problem is that I had to be happy and I had to keep pushing forward. The only situation we had was because of the pandemic, we couldn't get a lot of the things that we wanted. So a lot of people got pissed off. Well, you said you were going to use a bar. I'm getting rid of that bar. I told you that, right?
No.
Yeah, we're getting rid of that bar. That's it. Yeah, we're getting rid of that bar because we don't drink.
Yeah.
We don't really drink. I was going to do a podcast at the bar. I'm going to stock a bar. And then after living down here for 3 weeks with the fucked up leg, I realized that it's a fucking clunk. I could take that out of there and put like a microwave and a counter and, make it more. It's going to be a fucking family room anyway, Like I said to you in the beginning, this was all temporary. And we also got a picture of the legendary Chans dragging motherfucking in. So you can't talk shit now no more. We got everything covered. We got Chans. We got AC/DC. We got Sister Hyacinth. We got Charles Bronson. We got Sidney Moncrief. But who gives a fuck? So I want to thank Sher for sending us the microphone. Mike was also getting us some new cameras. They finally fucking came so we could finally add some dimension to this. Like I said to you people, patience. Patience. Fucking people wrote me letters, hate mail, complaints to me, about this, the iPhone. Guys, it wasn't all going to happen over fucking night. I thought I could make it happen, but once I got here, dog, it took 6 months to get the compressor. The compressor's not coming until February 19th. Everything fucking takes time. So thank you if you stuck around to the Bob Lalinguses, all you Patreon motherfuckers, thank you for the support and the love. You guys expected something that I couldn't deliver, but I also told you to stick it out with me, that every week we would get stronger and we would get fucking better and we would keep adding things. And before you know it, a couple more weeks, once this shit is over, we'll get a new fucking studio somewhere. And we're going to move onward and onward. So this was just the beginning. This is just to show you that we don't just fucking talk the talk, we walk the walk. It's all about patience. Have a great fucking week, cocksuckers. I hope you enjoyed the podcast today. Stay black. All right. I want to thank you guys for listening on a Monday. I know you're busy. You got your own lives. You got shit to do and people to see. But before we leave, I want to talk to you about a few companies here that I love and I do business with, and they're tremendous. The joint is brought to you by Blue Chew. Like I said in the beginning, football season's over, but you could still run deep into your fucking girlfriend's or wife's end zone. Blue Chew's got these tablets that help men achieve harder and stronger erections. I'm an old man. I get like a fucking 3/4 Woody. I need this stuff. You understand me? And it works and it's good. Sometimes I do the ad and I don't have them here. Why do you think? Because I fucking need them. I got to give my wife a stab from time to time too. And I want to show up with everything I got. You know what I'm saying? I can't show up with a 3/4 inch fucking... Anyway. And they're the first chewable dick pill. Same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis at a fraction of the cost. Listen, this ain't one of those bullshit things they sell at the fucking liquor store or the fucking, monkey powder that your friend brought you from Brazil. Blue Chew is an online prescription service. No visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting online at the pharmacy. The process is simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you receive your prescription within days. It's that easy. It's that easy. And it ships right to your door in a discreet package. Nobody knows. It's not going to be a picture of a naked lady, nothing like that. Not even the mailman will know. Nobody needs to know your business. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA, and they prepare and ship direct. It's cheaper than any pharmacy you're going to use. So this is what I'm going to do for you today. I got a special deal for you. You're going to try Blue Chew for free. Joy, what the fuck are you talking about? Free. Use promo code JOY once you go to BlueChew.com. And at checkout, just pay $5 for shipping. Blue Chew will send you a little package, promo code JOEY, and you're going to get your first month for free. Okay? That's how you start a fucking Monday off. I'm showing up with something. I'm showing up with love. I'm giving you some gratitude, even if it is to get your dick hard. I'm giving you something. Who else is giving you pills to get your dick hard? Nobody. So Uncle Joey's here to help you out. Go to BlueChew.com right now and press in Joey at checkout and just pay $5 for shipping. And I'm going to send you a free month supply of fucking Blue Chew. The joint is also brought to you by, come on now, DraftKings. Just because the Super Bowl is over, fucking DraftKings is just getting fucking started. This is why I love this time of the year. Because people are like, well, football's over. Well, let me tell you something. You still got pro basketball, college basketball, fucking March Madness, baseball, hockey. You got more shit going on than you even know what to do with. And at DraftKings, they got you covered. A casino, poker, baccarat. I mean, come on. What the fuck? And now they got a new thing, Hammer the Over. Starting right now, today. That's why right after this, you're going to go to DraftKings Sportsbook app and download it right now after this. Because starting today, they got a new thing called Lowering the Over-Under. And it's based on Sunday night's game between LA and Denver. The game by betting the over. So for every 1,000 people that bet the over, are you with me? The over drops by 1 point. So I don't give a fuck if you gotta get your brother, your retarded cousin, your third grade teacher, the fucking priest. You gotta get all your friends in on this, and you can get it down to 0. The best part is that even if the line lowers, the odds remain at the even money. Are you fucking kidding me? Or what? Why are you even here? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. That's right. By hammering the over, you could double your fucking money. Hold the line, cocksuckers. Jump in now, and let's hammer the over into submission. And that's not even enough. Remember, that Saturday, we got a huge title fight happening. It's UFC 258. Usman against that fucking Brazilian that's a fucking beast. I think they had to push it back because the kid had COVID before. But I don't give a fuck. Forget COVID. This is about making money today. It starts today. I guarantee you got a tremendous basketball game on tonight or two. It starts today. There's got to be some college action. But when you sign up for DraftKings Sportsbook right now, you sign up for Hammer the Over for the Sunday night game between LA and Denver. For every 1,000 people that bet the over, the line will decrease by 1 fucking point. This is your chance to improve the odds of hitting. So tell your friends, your family, this is a fucking team effort. This is your chance to improve the odds of the over hitting. So fucking get in on it. What the fuck are you waiting for? Listen, that's promo code Joey for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. And here's the legal fucking part I gotta tell you. You gotta be 21 or older. New Jersey, Indiana, Michigan, Virginia only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. You got a gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, or in Indiana, 1-800-9-WITH-IT, or in Virginia, 888-532-3500. But first, download the DraftKings and hammer the odds, hammer the over with code Joey. The joint is also brought to you by one of my favorites, because people love this, ZipRecruiter. Listen, home is a lot more than a place to hang your hat. A lot of people are working from home. And if you own your own business, home is also where you got to hire new employees. And there's a way that you can hire the best employees out there. And that's ZipRecruiter. That's where they come in. ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster and easier because you can do it all from one convenient place. ZipRecruiter.com/Joey. ZipRecruiter does the work for you. Their matching technology scans thousands of resumes and only sends you the most qualified people for your job, not these momos that can't even spell. You check them out, and if you like them, you invite them to apply for your job. It only takes one click, that's it. Then ZipRecruiter sends them an email from you, and bam, you stand out from the competition. You see what I'm talking about? It's no wonder 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first fucking day. This is about time. Time is money. ZipRecruiter is the way to go. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. Free! You can get ZipRecruiter for free.com/Joey. That's ZipRecruiter.com/Joey. Try it for free just by going to ZipRecruiter.com/Joey. It's the smartest way to hire. I want to thank ZipRecruiter. I want to thank DraftKings, the best. And I want to thank Blue Chew for helping us out today on a Monday and for coming into your life and for sponsoring the show. But most importantly, I want to thank you guys for listening on a Monday morning and doing whatever the fuck you need to do and supporting the podcast. I love you, motherfuckers. Have a great week. We will see you Wednesday. Tip-top Magoo, ready to fucking go. Shoot that poison arrow through my heart. Shoot that poison arrow. There you go, cocksuckers. I love you.